Okay, you're gonna see this, okay? Ignore my hand, okay? I'm having really bad carpal tunnel. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow for me. It'd be way in the past for you. And this is like a compression thing I'm trying. So, ignore me. Okay, great. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess. I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about McFarland USA. McFarland USA is a 2015. I can't believe how close we are. I know it's like a decade now, but it feels like yesterday, so I'm like, what the heck? 2015 theatrical release about a white man moving to a Hispanic area and coaching a cross-country team. It's directed by Niki, Caro, cinematography by Adam Arkapaw, editing by David Coulson, music by Antonio Pinto, and it's written by Christopher Cleveland, Bettina, Gilois, and Grant Thompson. The film stars Kevin Costner as Jim White, Ramiro Rodriguez as Danny, Carlos Pratts as Thomas, Johnny Ortiz as Jose, Rafael Martinez as David, Hector Duran as Johnny, Sergio Avelar as Victor, and Michael Aguero as Damasio. In 2004, they started development. This is based on a true story about a real man named Jim White who did really coach a cross-country team to state in 87. I believe it's 1987. It had a $17 million budget. It made $45.7 million in box office. Got an 80% Rotten Tomatoes consensus. Disney's inspirational sports drama formula might be old hat, but McFarland USA proves it still works, especially with a talented director and eminently liable star in the mix. There are some major differences between what happened in real life and what's portrayed in the movie. Number one, Jim White was not fired from numerous teaching jobs for his hot temper. He graduated Pepperdine University and started at McFarland immediately, which that's a pretty big one. White did not establish the cross-country teams. He restarted them after they were not around for a year, it says. He also restarted both the boys and girls cross-country teams, though the boys is the only one portrayed. Rude. Not all the runners in the 1987 team were portrayed in the film. White and his wife had 3 daughters, not 2, and his 2 daughters are portrayed younger in the film. All of his daughters were in college at the actual time of events that were happening, which is crazy to do. Danny Diaz, who was like fat shamed the whole movie, was not overweight as a child. He was not a big guy. Like, he wasn't overweight. And then McFarland was not rivals with Palo Alto. They actually had never even raced or met each other. It looks exactly how you'd expect it to look. It takes place in a hot area, so it's a little yellowy, hence the yellow. It just is exactly what you'd expect. Way too long. The film could have easily been an hour and a half. There was a bunch of jokes, though, that this is the first of these sports movies that didn't have a training montage. Like, they just, you know, they didn't have to do a training montage, which was funny. That made me giggle. But it's still too long. It easily could have been a half hour shorter. Easily. Okay, so this has all the, like, classic racist things that you would expect it to have in 1987. Him and his white family going to the local diner, basically, and being like, do you have a burger? And they're like, we have tacos, tortas, and burrito. Like, what are you talking about? And them acting like they've never heard of a freaking taco. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And then it's, you know, the whole, you know how I feel about these movies, and the whole, like, white savior moment, and like, why are we only making movies about these when, like, I'm sure there have been coaches of color that have brought teams to state or better or whatever, you know, like, it's just interesting that we always decide to make these movies. It's also interesting that we always do it from the coach's perspective. Like, why not do one of these movies from the player's perspective and be like, this coach comes in and is like trying to, you know, do that. Like, give me Thomas's point of view the entire movie. Like, I don't, why do I care about the coach? Like, I don't. I mean, not that I can't care about them. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, It's exactly what you'd expect. It's got some funny moments. It is, like, it's a decent movie. I was entertained. It just has that air of white savior, and, you know, it's because of this white man that they got these opportunities, and it just feels a little, you know, so it doesn't negate the fact that all of those boys did end up going to college, which is really wonderful and super great, and so many of them went back to McFarland and are teaching or coaching or doing something important in McFarland, which is really beautiful and wonderful, and you love to see it. I loved Mama Diaz. I thought she was great, really great character, really fun lady. And then the classic, you know, tell your dad it was an honor to be invited into his home, and then his son turns and goes, Dad, he says it was an honor to be invited to his home, into your home, and then the dad just goes, you're welcome. Like in English. Classic. My favorite moment was probably the English-Spanish moment I literally just mentioned, with the whole, like, he says it was an honor to be welcomed into your home. I thought that was really funny. The least favorite part is probably just, like, that it's another one of these sports movies that isn't different in any way, shape, or form. Watch again? Probably not. Recommend? I mean, if you want to watch an inspirational sports movie like all the others, go for it. Specific moments, just the biggest thing I have is, like, I think the most recent sports movie we watched was $1 Million Arm. That's the one with John Hamm, and I will say I think this one is better than that, purely because Kevin Costner's character is way more likable than John Hamm's character. Like, Kevin Costner's character is an unforgivable exploitative? Well, expletive is wrong. Exploitive? Whatever. He doesn't take advantage and, like, try to do all this for his own gain. Like, obviously he has a stake in it. Like, he wants to be able to coach, and he wants to be able to make a life there and make enough money and, like, all that kind of stuff. But, like, John Hamm's character is actually, like, a sleazeball in $1 Million Arm, and he's so unforgivable until, like, the last 5 minutes, where, like, Kevin Costner's character is likable enough. He's just an ignorant white dude who, like, tries to educate himself, which is more refreshing. So, like, that's nice. So I do think this movie is a little bit better purely because the main character is more likable. But no matter what, the boys did great. All the boys were so excellent. I hated all the fat shaming of Danny. He wasn't even that big, but they just, like, every turn were like, here Danny, here Danny, here Danny. Which all the more reason at the end when Danny brought it home and was the reason they won, it almost got me. I almost cried because I was just, like, so happy about Danny pulling it in, pulled out all the stops. He's the reason they won. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, it was good. Not the best. It's pretty much all the others, you know? So my final rating is 6. There's really no, like, ball, right? Because it's cross country. So 6. I don't know. 6. What should I do? Maybe quinceañeras? 6. What should we, maybe like gym shorts? Because they run in shorts, or 6 uniforms, or 6, you know, tracksuits? Maybe I'll do tracksuits. 6 tracksuits out of 10. Our total movie count is. Parent death toll and credit count are still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials to find out what movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1. You get every video a week early. Tiers above that, you can get daily trivia, bonus content, which could be Q&As, podcasts, videos, extended scenes, extended anything, unedited stuff. Go check it out. Until buy merch. My merch. I've mentioned the new merch company a few times now. Look at this color. New color available. Come on. And then look at how good it looks. Come on. That's a slay. Don't even try to tell me otherwise. That is a slay. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe. I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so you, and don't be interesting. Wow, there's no one really, like, pure villain, I feel like, in this. Maybe the head football coach. He sucked. Don't be him. 2 down, 2 to go. 2 down, 2 to go. We're flying. We're flying. We're flying. Okay, that's it.